Hello, everyone. Um, so this is a little impromptu video that I kind of wanted to do. Um, I want to demonstrate all the vocal techniques that I know, just because. I don't know. I thought maybe it'd be interesting, and who knows? Maybe if you guys think that I'm good at the extreme vocals, you might want to know how to do them, so then I can do tutorials on each of those different techniques. So if you want to know how I do these things, then leave comments, and then I'll do like a little series of how to scream or whatever. I could start with just clean singing, but I mean, there's not that much to it. I mean, there is obviously technique to it, but it's probably the easiest thing out of all of them. I mean, to get like really good, like obviously you need like years of practice. Um, but like I mean, it's basically just speaking. It's elongated speech as my. Actually, I by the way, I did take lessons from. I guess he would be a professional vocal teacher who teaches extreme vocals. So like I know what I'm talking about at least a little bit because I did take lessons. Okay. Um, so as he described it, it's elongated speech. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can show you a little bit of singing. I just have to think of a song, and hopefully my pitch isn't too off because I'm not listening to the key of a song. So it'll just be in my own key, I guess. Here it goes. Hopefully I don't screw it up. When there's lightning, you know it always brings me down. 'Cause you see that it's me who's lost and never found. I cry out for magic. I see it dancing in the light. And then I forget how it goes. I see it dancing in the night. There's no sign of the morning coming. You've been left on your own like a rainbow in the dark. So yeah, there's that. Um, Hopefully it didn't sound too retarded. So then there's the you there. I'm gonna go from like lightest to heaviest. So the next step would be like raspy singing, which is just a little bit, of rasp to it's a little it's verging on screaming. It's like it. I actually had a lot of trouble doing this when I was first learning. When I first started trying doing this, no matter what I tried, it always sounded like I was trying to kill someone, and it didn't sound like just a little bit of that slight rasp. And I think I have it down better now. I tried warming up beforehand, and I think I am warmed up a little bit, but maybe I don't know if I can pull it off right now. But basically, it's just don't even think about it as screaming. You just think of it as trying to make your vocals louder, and you'll get that slight rasp. So, here it goes. I could be the Messiah, spreading word of truth and love. I could be even born, misguiding you to walk among me. So I think I kind of got it more or less. Then there's like more heavier. I mean, still singing, but it's just like it's screaming and singing, or screaming as I should call it. And that would be like I don't know, Metallica or something maybe. I guess maybe Godsmack sometimes. So allow me to demonstrate. Straight out of line. I don't need a reason. I don't need to justify my ways. Straight out of line. I don't need a reason. You don't need to lie to me. So yeah, there's that. From there, the heavier thing would be just plain screaming, atonal screaming, which I mean is basically the same technique. But the thing is, if you want to sound more aggressive, which usually that's the point of atonal screaming, you have to put more fry into it, and so it's starting to like get into the growl death metal kind of thing, but not really. I did my time, and I will out. So if you serve fate, it doesn't cut. Their soul is not so vibrant. The reckoning, the sickening, packaging subversion, pseudo-sacrosanct perversion. I'm not sure if I really achieved what I was going for with the slightly more aggressive with the fry, but I mean, I think maybe I don't know. Anyways, so then from there, I guess would just be the growls, and this, to be honest, when I do the growls, like the screaming is the most comfortable thing for me. When I do the growls, I feel like I really have to drop my Adam's apple to get that, and I'm not sure if that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but that's the only way I know how to do it right now. I've been trying to kind of mix it with the screaming so that I can kind of bring it back to where I'm comfortable, but then it changes the sound. So I don't know. I'll just go ahead and demonstrate.
Staring at myself from the outside looking in. A black widow crawls out my mouth and down my bloody chin.
So there's the idea. So from there, I mean, I guess we would call it a high growl because screaming, at least in my definite of how at least the way that I define all the extreme vocal techniques, screaming is when there's still your voice in it, like it doesn't sound like you're not human, like a bear or something, or a monster or whatever you want to call it. So it's like kind of like when you're angry at your mom, like fuck you, like I'm not gonna do those things, you know. That's screaming. Growling is like a dog growling, like you know, that's what animals do. They growl, you know, when they're pissed off or whatever. So yes, the high growl is basically the same as the low growl, but you just change the shape of your mouth for the most part. You still need to do it in that low place in order for it to be a growl, but it's just you just open your mouth. It's I know it sounds weird because like you'd think, oh, it's higher, so I have to put my throat higher, but that's just gonna screw you up. So
I nailed the way blind for now. Morning of us. Well, it's label bones from a figure. We all begin to shrine.
So then from there, I mean, there's the in between that, which is the mids, which is, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Aside from the low and the high range going this way, there's also a range going this way. As I like to see it, where so it stops being a matter of pitch and it starts being a matter of tone. So there's the techniques like the pig squeal and the grunt and I don't know what else they may be called, but they're just very weird sounding techniques, and it's all once you learn how to growl, then it's all a matter of how you shape your mouth and your tongue. So for example, if you want to sound really low, there's the guttural, which is where you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. It tends to be a little bit more quiet, but I mean, if you're recording, you know, you can always mix it to where you need it. I guess if you're in a live setting, you can put your microphone through a compressor, and that would help. So then there's the pig squeal, which is everybody's favorite. It's also known as the brie. So here we go. All right. I don't know if my brie sounds very brie-y. I kind of found my own way to do it. I was kind of putting my mouth to the side like that, which is something that I learned from someone on YouTube. Usually I would do it forward. So let me demonstrate that. I'm not sure if it sounded too different, if you could hear the difference. For me, it's a little bit more comfortable. But I feel like when I do it right, doing it to the side sounds more like a pig squeal is supposed to be. The way that I do it kind of just sounds more like a guttural kind of a thing. There's this technique that I don't know what it would be called, but if you've ever seen a vocalist named Austin Dickey, his YouTube channel is Dickey Fighter something, some numbers, like random numbers, but Dickey Fighter, you'll find him, and he's super good at everything, all the vocals, and he did this technique that I learned from him that I like to call disgust, because it sounds like the face that you make is like you just saw or smell something really disgusting, and the sound sounds disgusting. I'll show you. I invented my own little technique. I think maybe it's retarded, maybe it doesn't sound very good. I don't know how I would apply it, but it's like a kind of a guttural. But I not everyone can do this, which I find really weird. But if you can roll your tongue into a taco, like that, you can still growl like that, and it sounds like really, really guttural. So let me show you. And then there's this thing that I kind of discovered recently, where it would be a scream, it wouldn't be a growl. It's like kind of like a falsetto scream, but not really. Like, okay, let me show you what a falsetto scream is. Examples would be like Judas Priest, or like, you know, just whenever you hear screams that are really high, it's probably a falsetto scream. Yeah, don't know how good that sounded, but that's the idea. So from there, you can kind of lower the pitch a little bit and then get this really weird scream that I discovered how to do. The way that I discovered it was that I was really agitated at one point. I was singing along to music to, like, I don't know, vent, I guess, and then my screams like sounded really like desperate. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, and like it was really high pitched, but like it felt so easy to do. And that's the weird thing, is that it felt like the easiest technique out of all the ones that I do. But I don't know if it would sound right in every situation. Yeah, I'm gonna do a low, I think, lowish, and then I'm gonna try to do a high, I think. Hopefully it works. The vision ends, I withdraw the sword, the thunder quakes, I head for the door, the walls get lost, I run for my life, out of this death trap, into the light! Alright, so I couldn't do it all in one take, because like it's difficult for me to do when I'm not really into the song or really agitated or something, but I'm getting better at doing it on command. I try to do the falsetto scream first, which kind of takes me into that if I lower the pitch a bit. I think that's kind of all the techniques that I can do, unless I'm forgetting something. But if you guys want a more detailed explanation on how I do these, and just tutorials, like in general, I could do that. I mean, if you think that I'm good enough to show people these techniques, I'd be like really like honored, because it's like you're good enough that I want to learn from you, you know? Leave a like if you liked, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys next time.